I've tried so hard but I'm at my breaking point with my mother-in-law. My husband and I recently got married after 8 years together. We worked tirelessly for 2 years to save up and plan our wedding. It was a beautiful day, and even with the little things that went wrong along the way, we loved almost every moment of it together. The moment that is taking over my thoughts right now is something that his mom did, as well as how she has treated me afterward. Now, my mother-in-law and I have had a bit of a rocky relationship here and there over the years. She has been passive-aggressive in the past, and there was one time she even threw a deck of playing cards at my face when she was upset. She was winning in a game the whole family was playing, so I targeted one of her moves, and she threw the deck of cards at me and started crying, saying that I was attacking her. I stepped away from the table, and for a while, she blamed me for her throwing the cards at me, but after everyone at the table told her how messed up it was, she apologized and we moved forward. Anyway, my husband wanted to elope, and I wanted a small wedding with just our closest family and friends. He was okay with that as long as it was kept to just family and friends we both knew and had seen within the last few years, around 30 people or so. We both have anxiety in front of crowds and do not show any PDA usually, but felt comfortable as long as it was a small gathering of people who knew us well. My mother-in-law wanted to invite his entire family, including people he had never met and people he really did not want to attend. He talked to his mom about it and compromised on inviting distant aunts and uncles. Unfortunately, she was still upset and brought this up repeatedly, but after 2 years, she had stopped and we thought she had finally accepted it. I tried to include her in the planning as much as possible and bought little mother of the groom gifts along the way to make her feel special and appreciated. However, the more I included her, the more she became upset with me when I wanted something that she did not want. For example, I wanted a ceramic white bell for the ceremony, and she wanted a paper one. I tried to be polite and respectful as I described what I had envisioned for the bell, and she whined to my husband in front of me that it isn't what she wanted. Thankfully, my husband has been supportive. My bridesmaids and I created our own bouquets from Ling's Moments, and my mom decided to make a fun event out of it with breakfast, drinks, etc., so I had invited my mother-in-law to enjoy the festivities as well. As we worked on the bouquets, I went around fluffing each of them up and rearranging or adding a few flowers here and there, and when I got to the one that my mother-in-law was working on, she whined to my bridesmaids that apparently hers wasn't good enough for me. These reactions have happened before during random moments in our relationship, and I had thought that including her more and doing special things with her would make it better. But it really feels like it will never be enough unless it's exactly the way she wants it to be, but even then, it won't be fully appreciated because it's what she expects to happen. Anyway, on the day of the wedding, just minutes before I walked down the aisle, my Mil came up to me to ask if I was going to do a live stream for all those who could not make it to the wedding. I told her we had decided not to do a live stream because we wanted to keep it intimate with our guests in person. My husband and I had decided to read our own vows aloud during the ceremony and wanted to keep that private with just those closest to us. She was visibly upset, but then we all walked down the aisle, and the entire ceremony went beautifully. During the reception, my mother-in-law cornered me to say that my husband and I need to go spend time with his grandmother. I said, of course, we will in a minute. It was my first moment taking everything in. My husband was discussing something with the videographer, and we had both made sure to already spend time with his grandmother, so I figured it would be okay to see her in just a few minutes. My mother-in-law said, no, I want you both to go now, and so I repeated that we will in just a few minutes. She repeated the same thing again, then walked away to go get his grandmother and bring her to us. All through the reception, I was letting the photographer know of different candid pictures I really wanted of my husband's family, him with his dad, him with his best friend, etc. I told the photographer at one point that I wanted a picture dancing with my mother-in-law, and so I went up to my mother-in-law to ask if she would like to dance with me, and she said, no, I'm busy enjoying my cake. And so we never got any pictures together beyond post family photos. Then, at the end of the night, as we were settling in and reflecting on our wedding day, I checked Facebook and saw that she had live-streamed our entire ceremony. I saw myself walking down the aisle, my husband crying during his vows, me sharing my deepest thoughts during mine, and I ended up having a panic attack on my wedding night. We messaged my mother-in-law to please take down the video, and she did. It had been up for hours for complete strangers to view. It was at that point that I had decided I can't keep doing this anymore. After 8 years, I am tired, sad, angry, confused, and frustrated, and I just need to make a change. For me, it feels like there is no going back. My relationship with my mother-in-law is just different for me now. Days later, once I had calmed down, I decided that I needed to be direct and share my feelings with her. I knew that it wouldn't go well if I shared all of my feelings, so I let go of everything else and just focused on the one thing that truly mattered to me: the live stream. I was direct in my message, I left out any accusations, I made sure that I didn't say anything rude or passive-aggressive, and I had my best friend read the message ahead of time to make sure it was okay to send. I kept it short, I just shared what we had wanted for our wedding and how what she did had hurt me. She replied with her apology, but also made some excuses on how it wasn't all her fault. I had decided that sharing my feelings with her was for me as a way to move forward for myself, it wasn't for her, so I accepted her response as just another data point and moved forward. I decided to continue to be polite and respectful and to support my husband's relationship with his mom, but I will not be going out of my way anymore. If I do something special at a family gathering, it will be because I want to do it to make myself happy. But my husband is responsible for including his family, and I am responsible for including mine. He has agreed to this, and we've both said that we are going to start putting our own relationship first. Well, due to our work schedules this holiday season, we decided to celebrate Christmas with his family early this year. I brought homemade cookies and holiday coffee ingredients to share, but otherwise made small talk and protected my own well-being by taking naps, going on long walks, and exercising at the gym whenever it felt like too much with my mother-in-law. I worked hard not to put my husband in the middle and to keep my own feelings in check. She must have picked up on the energy shift because she started to be passive-aggressive again and was sensitive to anything I said or did. At the end of the visit, she hugged my husband goodbye and told him that she loved him, and then completely ignored my presence. She did not make any eye contact or say goodbye to me when we left. Then, my husband shared with me that she had told him that I had attacked her for the live stream. It wasn't fair of me to do that since she already apologized, and that I'm blaming her for something that wasn't completely her fault. Again, my husband supported me and said that he would talk to her about her not saying goodbye at the end of the visit because he feels it is important to at least be respectful. I appreciate my husband in these moments, but I am so tired of his mom's behavior. I am exhausted and I just want to find my own peace and happiness with my husband without her actions affecting how I feel.